consider myself to be a pretty handsome man. Yeah. Good smile. I usually get compliments on the smile, the eyes, and the voice. Decent height. I'm not that tall. I'm about 6'1", but hey. And I usually fluctuate between uh, about 165 to 175 pounds. So I'm not a massive muscular dude, but I'm fit. Don't smoke, don't drink, don't have any kids. And yeah, it's a pretty good situation. And if you were to put me in the year 1947 through 1952, I'd probably have a wife and children already. Just like you, gentlemen. There's a lot of you out there that can relate to what I'm talking about. You also fit the description. And you put us all back in the 40s and 50s, we would have wives and children because it was a different time. And all you had to do was be very hardworking and handsome. That was it. That's it. You didn't have this long checklist back then. It was a handsome man who works hard, and that's it. You didn't have to have a lifestyle that was lavish and all this, social proof and all of this other extra bull crap that social media has basically perpetuated, or we've helped do it, via our participation in it. It's kind of interesting because I had a very interesting conversation with a young lady who was born in 1997 who doesn't have any social media. And I said, you know what? I applaud you. I applaud you. Yeah. You need to talk more about ladies like that. I think they don't get enough attention. We give so much attention to the ones that represent the thought WAP culture. We don't give a lot of attention to those who are the opposite of that. So if you know some ladies who are the opposite of that, shine a light on these ladies, man, because these ladies need a voice as well. But yeah, women were different back in the day. Silent generation. Checklist was non-existent, and they knew how to read. But that was then. This is now. We're in the 2020s, and here we are. So you can't really get mad at it. You can only navigate through this time. See, I'm one who believes that no matter what era you're in, there's an element that works no matter what. And I talk about this in the Strength Within series. A lot of you are not watching that series, man. Maybe you don't have the patience for it. But I'm telling you right now, gentlemen and ladies, the other element that always works is getting to know your inner being, using your extraordinary ability that is above and beyond your flesh and getting in alignment. That is, and I stand firm by this, that is the missing piece. Getting the 6 figures and above, okay, that's one. And that's the physical, human level. Getting your assets, human level, right? The smile, the height, the skin, and all of those things you would think would work, but we're in a time where people are very disconnected. So that means that you have to be even more connected in order to generate the results that you want. It's not just the stuff within the human experience that's going to do it, gentlemen. It's above and beyond the human experience that's going to do it, because you can become gravitation. You can become a magnet. Yeah, you can do this. And this is something that I would believe no matter what era that I'm born in. I just so happen to be a man who was born in the 70s, lived in the pre-Google time, and now here I am in the tech age. And I'm navigating through this space under the current conditions. And it is what it is. I don't bitch and moan about it. Yes, it can be frustrating at times, but you have to figure out a new navigation system. And this is what I'm talking about, man. For you ladies that have experienced the lackluster affairs, I would say the same thing. Okay, but I'm talking to the men right now. It's that it factor. It's walking into the room and knowing that your inner being is strong enough to lure. Here's when I caught notice of it. I mentioned that I caught notice of it early in life. Yeah. I went to this club, 1996. It was called The Palace back then. It's called Avalon now. It's in Hollywood on Vine Street, right across from Capitol Records. And I used to go there every Saturday night. Kiss FM radio station would be there on Saturday nights. And so go there. And this is back in the days before bottle service dominated the club experience. The club experience back then totally different. Maybe I'll do an episode on that, but let me move on with the story. So I'm headed upstairs because it's 2 floors, and there was a very attractive young lady sitting down, and she said, "Excuse me." And I went over, and she said, "You have the eyes that see through people, not just see people." Hmm. And I said, cool, thanks. And I just continued to walk upstairs. Now, she was a people portal. I did an episode on this. People who are meant to give you a message or meant to reveal something or show you something or whatever have you. Check out that episode. So immediately I thought, funny enough, 1 year after that, I began meditation. So basically, I share this story with you to give you the idea of recognizing what the inner being is and what that other side of you is and putting it to use. So her telling me that brought me to that realization even further. It was already there since I was 4 years old, but it really punched forward after I came across this very attractive woman who gave me the message. So again, no matter what timeline you're in, no matter what era it is, when you know what the power of your inner being and you know what that is, you will become the magnet. Change happens. Keep that in mind. It doesn't seem that way, but it does happen. But you got to remember, knowing who you are and tapping into your inner being and the strength therein is going to give you exactly what you seek. It'll give you the answers and you will create it. You're a creator. That's what you are. You are the light of the sun in human flesh. When you begin to see yourself as that, nothing can stop you. You must see yourself as the light of the sun. Change the way you view you and your complete existence. I'm speaking to the men right now, but this applies to both men and women. When you see yourself as the light of the sun, everything around you begins to gravitate in your direction. It's a beautiful work of art, this is. And I've seen it. No, I'm not a high earner. I'm not going to sit here and put on a front. But I do know there's a certain recipe that works, whether you're a high earner or not. And this is my course correction because I'm putting certain pieces in place.